Hello, family. This is me, more holistic. I told you I'll be back in 2 days. I'm trying to do this every 2 days. Hope everybody's doing fine and well and dandy because I'm doing great. Okay, what's the date? Monday? Yeah, Moon Day. Anyhow, yeah, so I thought I would bring you some messages today. So, what I'd like to do is just give some information to you. Today is going to be I'm going to be talking about the goddess Nut, the sky goddess. That's why I'm wearing this wig that looks like the sky or the midnight sky. See, it's kind of dark up here, light colored like space. So I thought that would be a nice honor to her. Okay, it's not real, but I thought it would just be nice to get into the whole atmosphere of it all. So what I'm going to do right now is read to you from this book by Dr. Suzar, see her name, Suzar. You can go online and order this book. It's called The Great Black Mama of Creation. Okay, I'll just read a little bit to you, the sistars. So here it goes. You can get the book for yourself, but I'll just give you a little sample of it in case you want to know more about it. It says, let's start in the yoni. We know what the yoni is. That's the vajayjay, right? The yoni, where all life begins. We still are in the yoni, the great turning circle, the yoni-verse of the great black mama of creation. From her great womb of life did flow the primordial waters of creation, the sound, the word that was in the beginning. I know we've heard that before, in the beginning. That's in Genesis, right? Jin Isis. Jin means beginning. Isis is Aset. The goddess Aset. The essence of which was and still is and ever will be love. Yoni equals or means uni, oni, one. And one begins with the circle, which is the hole in the uni, the same yoni circle found in the arch symbol of life called the Ankh. And yoni begins with the Y of her thighs, for it is the doorway, the Y-shaped delta outrance of the womb of life, from which the souls of all emerge. Delta itself also means womb. And in her creation, absolutely everything is moving in circles. Like the universe moves, everything uses circles, planets, Earth, going around the sun, circles. Even as you read through the circle of the pupils of your eyes, circular, you are moving multiple circles. The circles from the spinning Earth, the circles from the Earth revolving around the sun, the circle of the whole solar system revolving in spirals, circling galaxies, itself moving in an ever vast circle. The cosmic circle of the one. Okay, your mother, our mother, mother creation, mother universe, the great mama of all living. You've seen her if you looked into the wonders of the starry night, Nut. And this is Nut right here, the Egyptian symbol of Nut. I wish I had well, I'll bring you some other stuff here. See her right there? That's her. Okay. So I'll just leave it at that. Well, I could go a little bit further. You also felt her as earth beneath the concrete beneath your shoes clad. You revealed her in the essence of water flooding your body in the shower or in the pool. You felt her caress as the wind crosses your cheek, or your mother's comforting touch, lover's comforting touch. She is your mother, the mother of your mother. You witnessed her in ways not suspected. Raped her and pillaged the earth in conquest of her riches. Felt her in ways you thought belonged to another and did. Eaten her body as your food, whether she says bastardized, that means like processed food, fast food. That's what you would call bastardized food. As a fruit of the earth, as the blood of your mother while yet in her womb. Her womb, sacred blood, the sigh, the seed, the Holy Spirit, the red liquid, red like red, white, and blue, red life called blood, the white, the liquid called the milk, milk-like, mel sweet, light of love. You taste her sweetness in fruits, the ripened ovaries of the palms. Yeah, I never thought about that. Like fruit on trees is the ovary of the plants, excuse me. You've tasted her sweetness in fruit, the ripened ovary of plants. You've tasted her sweetness in the kiss of your beloved. You experienced her wrath in the wrathing of her earthquakes, earthquakes, heartquakes. Okay, and so on it goes. And then there's other names for her. The most familiar is mystery, veiled upon parted, mist terror of the earth, womb of source of life, utopia, utmost, opt, open, whole of holes, holy of holies, Ethiopia, yoni of yonis, Quan yin, queen yoni, womb of source, origin, origin, mouth hole of the beginning of life, Genesis, Isis, the goddess Isis. Isis goddess, Isis is the Greek name. Aset is the Kemetic, well, Greeks call Egypt Kemet. Egypt, but it's the older name, original African name is Kemet. That's one of them we know. It's probably more the older it goes back. The source, Mama. So, yes, the female is very important. And the reason I bring this up is not to leave anybody out or to make anybody upset or somebody feel less than. No, it's not about that. Because we want to just give everybody their due. So since she's the oldest, we might give her respect. So here's a few items about Nut. Let me see. Well, she is the black feminine principle. She, her who gives birth to all the gods. She, the mama of the stars, planets, and cosmic bodies like the universe, mother of the universe, the great turning circle. She's the heaven arching above. Okay, sky goddess, most beloved. Celestial cow. You ever heard a man say that old cow? That goes back to her. She's the cow goddess, the celestial cow, like something big and massive and Milky Way. Okay, worship in the earliest tribes, earliest people on the earth, probably about 60,000 years ago, and even further back than that, millions of years, worshipped her. She's the great Milky Way and celestial. That's Nut, the great Milky Way. Nut is the great Milky Way, celestial Nut. Now, I just thought I'd bring that information to you because it's nice to know different things. Because like I said, and all this comes from black people, melanated. Let me go through the list again. You know what I'm talking about. Melanated people, highly pigmented people, first world people, the original people from all the other races came from. People my color or darker with different variations, but the aboriginal people. And this is not color, dark skin supremacy. I'm just giving a description, because at the time when the earth was created, it was so hot, very, very hot, more hot than it is now. You couldn't exist with lighter skin or pale skin. You have to have dark skin, like darker than mine, jet black blue, dark blue, blue to black. Okay, and there are people in Africa like that now today, which is a very sacred, holy thing. You don't want to lose that. You really don't. Because it's the first people, and it's something to be proud of, to hold on to, and lift up, and say this is the what am I trying to say? Yeah, this is the prototype. That's what formed us all. So you don't want to mix it and mess it up with anything else, because they've been told, we've been told that we should. Our blackness, our color is a disease, and we'd be better off if we lighten it up, like they used to say on the slave plantations. Need to lighten them up, or lighten the herd or something when they would go in there and rape the black women. That's how they looked at it. They was doing us a favor by contaminating our blood or mixing blood. And a lot of that stuff we have interpreted and internalized that negative stuff. I know I did when I was growing up. You know, they would tell us, well, I never heard it from my mother or my grandmother or anybody in my family, but I would hear it in my environment. Well, you too dark. You don't want to marry somebody darker than you, and you know, and that gets into your mind. And if you don't have anything to back it up or to explain that, you kind of internalize it. So you start being very anti-black yourself. And sometimes it takes a whole lifetime to get rid of that anti-black mentality. And I'm still dealing with it right now, all the time, every time. Every day, it's a new day to struggle. Because a lot of people say, oh, I'm black and I love being black. But sometimes with all this stuff that's been brainwashing us, you have to really fight it off. It's an everyday struggle. At least it is for me. I ain't going to talk for everybody else. It's always an everyday struggle because the anti-blackness is baked into the Western society, into the world, basically. It's baked into the world everywhere. Okay, because you can use that as an example, like what happened in America at the border down there in Del Rio, Texas, where they let all the lighter-skinned Mexicans and people from Central and South America come in because they have the right skin color. But when the Haitians came there, they loaded them up on buses and planes and get them all and named them something else, saying they were invading the border and they're migrants. They didn't call them refugees running away from persecution or anything like that. Just loaded them up and shipped them off. And all you people that voted for that man to say that, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I understand that the relationship between some immigrants from the islands in Africa is not always positive, but I say that's because a lack of education, political education, history, knowing our stories and how we're all connected as one. So that's where all this animosity comes and divisions come, because it's been cultivated by the dominant society to keep us apart so they can rob us of our resources. Okay, so let me give you a prayer to Nut. O great one who became sky, you are strong, you are mighty, every place is filled with your beauty. The whole world lies beneath you. You possess it. As you unfold the whole earth and all things in your arms, enfold me too. Make me an indestructible star in your body. That is an utterance from the 432, the pyramid text, written in circa 25 BCE. Some people call it BCE. Before the Caucasian era. I forgot who said that. I heard somebody say that a long time ago. Okay, y'all, don't be offended, get all mad and upset. Okay, and I'm being serious though. But here, what this says, a prayer to the goddess Nut found at the entrance of Hatshepsut. That's the African pharaoh, black female pharaoh in Kemet. I did get a chance to go to her palace or throne and everything. She was a real tough sister. Okay. Oh, my mother Nut, spread yourself over me, so that I may be placed among the imperishable stars and may never die, that my name might remain enduring in this temple forever and ever. I don't know if you can see that temple there. Yeah, that's the temple, what it looks like. Y'all should get a chance to go to Kemet. Go there. It's nice. In any place in Africa, everywhere where we are. Go to everywhere that we may be. Okay, Nut was the Egyptian goddess of the sky and considered one of the oldest deities among the Egyptian pantheon. And goes on to say that she had her children and whatnot. It goes on and on and on and on and on. So that's enough of that. And I thought that was pretty interesting to include all that, So what I could do, maybe every day introduce a new goddess to you, African goddess to you. There's lots of them. Many names. She has 10,000 names, but all of them boil down to her, the great mother. The one I told you about, the yoni, the all sorts of life. She's represented in, different forms and different names, but it's all her. She's male and female. So all you guys, you don't have to feel like nobody's trying to take something from you and get scared that women are taking over. No, we're just trying to find ourselves, because in this society, especially black women have been looked down on and degraded, and all kind of terrible things have been said to us, and we have internalized this, and our men have internalized the hatred for us and expressed it in various ways, and we have internalized the hatred and confused and expressed it different ways. So I'm doing this so that we can know about ourselves and go deeper into ourselves, and so that we can love ourselves and love the image, that we, the dark skin and the kinky hair, or I would say kinky, spirally hair, coily hair, like the circulars of the galaxies, that kind of spiritual spiral hair. And if you don't have that kind of hair, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's like I'm just going over kind of like the original cookie cutter. That's what, like think of bacon. You have that cookie cutter and you make cookies. So I'm just telling you about the prototype that started it all, okay? So because we need to know this, because it's very important, because we are the original oldest people on the planet, and we were everywhere on Earth. We were the original people, before the people out of Iran and the Caucasus Mountains and Asia and all this other, and Europe, Eurasians came down out of the caves and mountains and all those really horrible environments with really bad attitudes, and violently overtook our peaceful, prosperous societies. India, Indus Valley, different parts of Africa, and then North America with Christopher Columbus. And I guess, it's a lot of stuff. We can be here all night, but we can go over things little by little, day by day. If you're interested, you can tune in, and I'll give you a little snippets of information if you're interested. I hope you are. So the reason I'm focusing on black women or melanated women, especially I would say in the Western Hemisphere, in the United States, but I'm talking about all women, but particularly us, because everybody takes such horrible shots at us. They always call us names and like, oh, we're the most disgusting women on the planet, we're not uncontrollable, and all this other stuff, little nasty stuff they say, horrible stuff. And there's a reason for that, there's a reason. But it's nothing to feel bad about. You kind of like have to ignore all those negative people. They just want to take away your peace and happiness, and also they're jealous and envious because they're not us. We are the oldest people in the world, and they're just jealous because the goddess made us in her image. The black woman was first, and we can go into that. That's probably going to be my next talk, about how men in general are basically underdeveloped women. Don't get mad now. This is what the science is saying, and we'll talk about that later, okay? So, and I'm not here to put anybody down. I'm just giving some facts and information. So, yeah, this is also another great book that I'm reading now. This right here is written by a sister, okay? And her it's called the Kaaba, the building. Kaaba. That means like spirit, heart, and your soul. Building the lighted temple, the spiritual ark, metaphysical keys to the tree of life, oracles of dispelling illusion, by Terry Nielsen or Netanet Nielsen. It's I'm starting to read the book. She's giving a class. If you go online to look her up, you can join the class. It starts September the 29th. So, she has a lot of great information that it'll help you out and help you know what time it is, okay? We all need to know what time it is, because it's that time. We've run out of time. It's that time, okay? So that's all I want to say. Join up. Learn as much information you can. Life is a learning journey. So the more information you have, the better you can maneuver on this plane, and then after you die, we all got to die, right? We'll be able to maneuver so we can go to where we need to go. But you want to have the information ahead of time before you die. Okay, so this is what you can learn, so you know how to maneuver away from the different monsters and stuff in that world, because our ancestors knew all about that and help us to maneuver, because they've been around here for millions of years. So but they don't tell you this. They hide it and keep it on the low, and then when they tell you something about all these ancient people, they don't never look like you or me, okay? It's always somebody else, and some alien from the stars, a whole bunch of stuff. But it's very interesting, and I've been learning about this probably since I was in the doctor's office when I was about 7 years old, you know. I remember seeing some those, what they call highlights. I don't know if they have those, they probably have them digitally. But every time you go into a doctor's office when you were a kid, they had these magazines on the coffee table, and it would be like High Life, and it'd have kids' stories on there. I think I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I seen like the Egyptian hieroglyphics, and it had Egyptians on there, and I was like, ooh, I was always interested in it. And I guess that was like planted in my mind way back then. And then I know when I was in 3rd grade, I had a friend named Lois, and she was my best friend. She was, anyways, she was very nice. And we used to hang out. We would go to get sodas at the soda stop place, ice cream sodas. They don't have those anymore, fountain sodas and all that. That's been many years ago. And, like ice cream parlor, and they would have magazines and stuff, and we would look at the astrology, and I started getting into astrology, and my grandma would say, you better leave that stuff alone, because, we've been really spooked by all this stuff, with all this telling us tarot cards and astrology and palmistry is all negative and bad, which is not true. It's all about the church establishment, organized religions just want to control the people and have the economic power and land and money to dominate and control and oppress and exploit the masses of our people and rip the resources out for their own self. Well, that's my opinion. And I'm saying nobody has to agree with me. And I'm not trying, I'm going to pull back there. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but that's just been my journey along the way. So I'm passing it on to anybody that wants to listen. Okay, so that's it for today. If you want, you can subscribe. That would be nice. Give me a thumbs up and share if you like. That would be great. And I care about you. I care about me. Especially if I love myself, then I'm going to love you, because I am you and you are me. I am the goddess. The goddess is you. The goddess is in me. It's inside. The kingdom of heaven is inside. It's not in a book. It's not out there somewhere. It's right here. So, that being said, have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great life. And I'll see you soon. Hopefully in 2 days. Hopefully in 2 days if all goes right. And it will. It will go right. Everything will go right. It may go wrong. Everything goes wrong too. But that's okay. You can be wrong. Negative stuff is okay. People say be positive, be positive. But negative stuff helps you to find out, like what you need to do to straighten things up and how you messed up and how you can make things better for yourself and the world around you. Okay, family. It was nice talking to you. I hope you, thanks for giving me your time and your energy, listening to what I have to say. If you want to comment, you can. If you agree, if you don't agree, if you want to suggest and make some suggestions to me, let me know. Like I said, I don't know that much. Everything I know is like a grain of sand on the beach. Like all this knowledge is like sand on the beach. And I might know one little grain. That's about how much I know, okay? But I'm still learning. I want to learn more all I can and apply the knowledge, not just to know it. Apply it to change myself, get to know myself, so that I can make a difference in the world, help other people, and fulfill my purpose and the reason I chose to come to planet Terra, Earth, in the first place. Okay? Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Okay? And take care, and love yourself, and get to know yourself, spend time with yourself, and take the time to get to know your herstory, ladies. Get the time to get to know your herstory. Your herstory is so important, because that way you'll know that you have an input in this world. You've been having input since the beginning of time, and you shouldn't let anybody take that away from us, so they can control us and dominate and exploit us for their own gain. All the lies they've been telling us, all the untruths, the fact that they want to hide the history, the true history of this country, that tells you all you need to know, right? Right. I guess, like the 1619 project and critical race theory. Oh, they said that's indoctrination, really? Christopher Columbus is not indoctrination, and all that other stuff about the cowboys and Indians and all the murders, how they murdered like 200 million people in America, North America, to take this land, which is not their land. This is not their land, okay? But my heart goes out to the Haitian people. I'm really sorry that happened. I'm sorry that a lot of black people voted for Joe Biden, but for them to treat black people like that, that's just out and out racism, anti-blackness, anti-blackness, anti-Africanness, anti-melanated people, anti-original people, anti-goddess, anti-God. But I don't know what we can do about that. I would say start to know yourself and love yourself so we can get our power back, because the power starts within and spreads abroad. Like my grandma used to tell me, charity starts at home and spreads abroad. So the home is here. So you got to treat yourself nice, take the time to get to know yourself, and then you will care about those yourself and those who look like you, and you won't tolerate bad treatment. And we get to know the laws of the universe, so we don't be in poverty, because there's no such thing as poverty. When the world is plenty, food is plentiful, but certain groups of people are greedy and they hoard all the resources so that they can feel better about themselves and say there's not enough. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent now. Okay, y'all, see you later, and have a nice day, and be happy, and be joyful, and I don't know. Don't give up. Just keep going. So I have little bits of information, and I'll keep you in touch of my journey, the hero's journey, the soul's journey. And that's basically what the tarot cards are about too. Everybody knows that. See, tarot cards. It's about the fool's journey. Okay. Through the different cards that come out. That's another story. But anyways, you have a nice day. It's been nice talking to you. Take care, sisters, and everybody.